What's up, guys? Holding Alex with you here, bringing you Eden Zero manga review. This was chapter 27, titled the Guiltless Catastrophe. This chapter was pretty simple and easy. It was the aftermath of the fighting and what happened to Guiltless and stuff like that. It starts off with Pino and Rebecca, and you see all the citizens running away from trying to get ships and stuff. And Rebecca just sitting on a log, and she's with Pino, and Pino was like, "I'm happy that we came to save the little girl, your friend." And Rebecca looked at her and smiled. She's like, "Yeah, I'm happy too. Now we have to do is just wait for Shiki and to come by." And Pino said something funny. It wasn't funny, but it's what happened afterwards was funny. She told Rebecca and Mr. Wise and Miss Homura as well, and sister. And she was like, what do you mean? And then Pino explained to her about Shiki finding another sister, their new comrade, Miss Homura, and of course, their first original partner, Wise. And she was like, wow, Shiki made a lot of friends when I was gone. And her facial expression, you can take it as one of two things, either shocked or maybe worried, because you know how his attitude is with people, like, "Ooh, be my friend," or "Ooh, be my friend," and it's kind of weird. So he's really gullible. So it could be more of a worried face, or a jealous face, or a sad face. You can interpret that in many different ways. For me, I find it as a cute moment. As my interpretation of it would be like she's happy for Shiki, but she's kind of worried too, because he has that childish gullibleness. So anyone could just become his friend and try to take advantage of him. But as this continues, the floor starts to crumble, and because of Guiltless coming to this planet to devour, some years off of it, the trees are growing too fast, and it's returning back to a Jurassic World type thing, where all the trees are just gigantic and just growing up. And at one point, the floor breaks and Rebecca starts to fall, and Pino doesn't get to grab her on time. Luckily, Shiki comes in the clutch and saves her. And then he was like, "Hey, I saved you again." And she's like, "Yeah, you saved me." He's like, "Yep, that's what friends are for." And they just smile at each other. And then she sees everybody else there, and she's like, "Who are these people?" And they was like, "Let's save the introductions for later," Homura said. And then the trees are just getting bigger and bigger. And the other sister who's driving the ship of Happy, they come and they're like, "We can't come to pick you up because these trees are too gigantic and big." So Wise and Homura decided to take it upon themselves, and they decided to cut down the trees. Wise uses gun magic, and he turns his gun into a flamethrower and started flame throwing the trees down, burning them down. And the sister was kind of impressed, and she was like, "When did he get that?" And then Pino had to explain to her that, he probably uses, his not his magic, but the ether, as they call it here, to change the attribute of it. Then Homura, she was using her sword to cut down the trees, and we seen the sister's face, and her face looked very shocked, but in a scared shock, she's seen that sword before. So whoever her master was, most likely had crossed swords with the Demon King before, and since probably now she's the new successor of that style, and Shiki's the new Demon King, eventually it's gonna lead up to a fight. That's technically what they trying to plot. There's gonna be a fight between them eventually. So she may not stay as a crewmate forever, sadly. Even though I'm beginning to like her character. But, and also Rebecca's super shocked because everyone around her is using ether. And, she doesn't have ether. She has the potential, because we've seen her once in that bathroom scene a couple of chapters back, that she has the potential for ether. But she hasn't got it unlocked or mastered at all, like them, so. And after them cutting down a whole bunch of trees, it still wasn't good enough. So Shiki was like, "Everybody grab on." And Shiki grabbed Wise, who Wise is being held on to by Homura, and then his other hand he grabs Rebecca, and Rebecca's being held on by her sister. And she looks at him and she says, "You're not gonna do what I think you're gonna do." And before she gets to finish, Shiki just used his gravity power, and he made them fall going upwards. And Wise is like, "Yay, it's so cool to fly." But Pino was like, "Technically, no, we're not flying, we're just falling upwards." She has to be, she's a computer. She has to be all technical about things, so. And they flew up, they got into the ship, everything's fine. Then we get the engine panel where we found out Gillis got devoured by the catastrophe, and it took away 1,200 years from it. Yeah, 1,200 years was lost from Gillis thanks to the catastrophe known as chronograph. So, and they showed us what it looked like now, and now it's just a big, beautiful forest with green everywhere, no buildings, no nothing, no people. A whole bunch of animals though. We've seen animals like rats and stuff and rabbits, but that's about it. And that was the end of the chapter. It wasn't really a battle chapter. This chapter, or it was just more of a like epilogue of what just happened to the end of Gillis and how they escaped. But it was interesting to get those dialogues of Rebecca's, being, I wouldn't say envious, but shocked about how everyone else got ether. Seeing the sisters' expression about, Wise with his ether gear gun, and the chick with the sword who she looked as scared about, which is most likely going to come into play now. Because now that they're on Eden Zero, the ship, and they're off, most likely Hamora's going to not just introduce herself, like she said she was, but she's probably going to tell them her story and why she wants to challenge Shiki, who's now the new Demon King of Eden Zero. And, Wise, I have to give him my respect. I thought he was just some corny dude who's just good at making electronics, but he put up a pretty good fight too, and his marksman stuff is decent. Excellent marksman. Especially since he can use his ether on his gun to change to what type of gun he wants. And all his bullets are ether bullets, so it's like, as long as he has energy, he has a gun. And he can switch his gun to any style of gun he wants. So that's deadly right there. But yeah, that was chapter 27. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share with your family and friends. Follow me on Twitter, link will be down below. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you hated and what you didn't like about the chapter, and what you did like. If you haven't read it, I advise you to go read it. Great chapter. If you haven't read it, go read it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Have a good one.